Greetings, community. It's Kevin of NCBD Comics, and I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day 2/1/23. Happy Wednesday, everybody. And it's a brief list, so I'd still like to get right to it. So I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you got what you were looking for. Here's my most anticipated reads. Let's do this. From Boom Studios. Briar, issue number 3. I've been liking this. Matter of fact, my son, who has been rather selective of late of the books in which that he's decided to read, he actually grabbed a hold of this too, and he actually said he liked it also. His opinion about it was similar to mine. I won't get too much into detail at this point. Issue number 3, I believe, is more than halfway through this arc. I don't believe it's an ongoing series. However, I'm not certain if it was going to end at 6 or if they decided they're going to go ahead and push it. I haven't heard. Anyways, again, from Boom Studios, Briar, issue number 3, one of my most anticipated reads for tomorrow, 2/1/23. Moving out from Boom, we're going to cruise over to Dynamite. Dynamite's going to bring us Cherish, issue number 3. I've been talking about Cherish ever since it launched, so you know what we're going to do. I still been enjoying the read. So, still up there on one of my most anticipated. Moving out from Cherish, well, over, still hanging out with Dynamite, Gargoyles. They released their facsimile of 1995, I think. Anyways, this is the original Gargoyles storyline. I personally never really picked up the whole original story as far as a comic was concerned. Now that I've been reading it, I'm like, oh, why? I guess because I was too busy watching the cartoons. Moving out from that Gargoyles facsimile that's coming out tomorrow, we're going to talk about Frank Miller, Ancient Enemies, issue number 2. I have found with this story, you either love it or hate it. Me, I'm kind of loving it. Why? It resonates. Maybe it's the way it's written. Maybe it's some of the stuff that brings me back to the yore in the sense of how I used to read some of the late 80s, early 90s kind of books. It's Frank Miller. I don't know. I like it. Moving out from Frank Miller's Ancient Enemies, issue number 2 from Frank Miller Presents. We're going to cruise over and talk about, well, After Dark Comics. This is a comic book publishing company no one talks about. I'm not certain even how many comics they got out, but the one I'm going to talk about right now, Flesh Eating Cheerleaders from Outer Space, issue number 4. This is not for everyone. It's definitely adult, campy. It's like reading an 80s movie, where the only time they even made any consideration of what an individual should look like is how well the movie's presented on camera. That's truly almost what this book is. It's so 80s campy movie in a book that I can't stop reading it. It just brings me back to every horrible flick I ever saw, and I'm loving it. So that's why I'm going to keep picking it up. Flesh eating zombies from flesh eating cheerleaders from outer space. It's a mouthful. Issue number 4. You can still find it out there if you're remotely interested, or you can wait for a trade. I have no idea where you're going to find it. I'm sure you can find it, but just understand that it's very vulgar. Moving on. I am enjoying it. It cracks me up. I laugh. I cry. It makes me all warm and fuzzy. Moving out from After Dark, Flesh Eating Cheerleaders from Outer Space, issue number 4. We're going to go over to Ablaze. We're going to talk about a book from Ablaze that was talked about and then not talked about. I still can't get a consensus. Please tell me what you think. I like Children of the Black Sun, issue number 1. I thought it was interesting, well enough written to where I am looking forward to the next successful issues. It's structurally seemingly it's sound, and I'm curious. It's a relatively cool premise, and love the art. The art is pretty wild and sick, and it draws you in. It's pretty deep, and the lines are very interesting. I was kind of just after reading it, I just kind of fell into a couple of the pictures of just looking at the art, and just lost myself there for a while. So you can definitely appreciate the art if that's what you're also going for. So again, Children of the Black Sun, issue number 2 from Ablaze. Moving out from Ablaze, we're going to talk about the final comic book publication, which is Marvel. Small Wheat. We're going to first talk about Dark Web finale. This is another one that most people either loved or hate, and I'm finding most people just really didn't like it at all. I found some solid moments that I definitely appreciated. I enjoyed the ride. I wasn't trying to over criticize. I was really trying to just enjoy, especially some of the new character. We got a couple new characters, but well, one, it's a cool ride. I uh I ended up reading about 7 issues in one day of the Dark Web. It felt better reading that way. It made a lot of sense. It seemed like a cool journey. It wasn't this long drawn out like, whoa, man, the event happening over in DC, not getting close. That's over 3.5 months. So it was a relatively short event. It was, I think at this end it's going to be rather poignant. And to me, that's what I was looking for, is a decent ride and something that actually has something to say at the end. I think that's where we're going to be. So Dark Web finale, it's definitely on high of my most anticipated reads for tomorrow. 2/1/23. So moving on from there, we're going to talk about Bloodline, Daughter of Blade. This is one I've been really looking forward to for the past 3 months. I'm not. There's another one. I'm not trying to have any preconceived ideas or any preconceived expectations. I just want to enjoy the read for what it is, and I hope for what it is that it is just even somewhat decent. I already pre-bought the whole story, and what little excerpts I've been able to piece together, because I've been able to get pieces of up to issue number 3. I'm enjoying. I think this is a cool alternative if we can't get a steady line of a Blade book. I'll take the daughter. Fine, it's cool. Let's go on a journey. Seems like it's a next generation thing, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Moving out from Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, issue number 1, we're going to talk about Silver Surfer Ghostlight, issue number 1. This is something I also looking forward to, a fresh look at a whole new character, a whole new surfer thing. I've found myself to be a surfer appreciator or person thing in the past maybe 4 years. Every surfer story that I've been getting in the past 4 years, which there's not a whole lot of them, I enjoy. And I've been reading some of the ones I had back in the past. So I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden I'm starting to become a surfer fan. Why does that sound so odd? So yeah, Silver Surfer Ghostlight issue number 1 comes out tomorrow. Let's move on from that. We're going to talk about Venom issue number 16. I've been enjoying the Venom thing. It's a stark contrast to what I been on the journey for what was that, like 3.5 years with Donny Cates almost, right? I mean, that thing went on for a while. Well, definitely 3.5 years because of the gaps and all. You know what I'm saying? So it was this read, the last read, and even the read before, as far as Venom's concerned, they're all just completely different. And the fact that we got to play a little bit of Thor and we're tied into the Dark Web and all this other stuff, it's been all right. I'm ready for Venom to be a Venom story. That's all I'm saying. So, but it's just been intriguing. So I also look forward to where this is leading to, in my opinion. I think it's all is going to be explained by the end of this year. I think we have to get through the whole symbiote thing when it comes to the summer. So if you are a symbiote fan, hang out. I think you'll appreciate it. So if you've been reading Venom, you're waiting for 16, just like me, tomorrow. However, what we all been waiting for is this. What is it? That's right. Blue Light Special. My Blue Light Special for tomorrow is Miles Morales, issue number 3. Damn, I like Miles Morales. Out of the Spider-Man that I've been reading and stuff, I would say in the past couple of years, what has hit me hard was Miles Morales. A couple of in the beginning, and again, the first 9 issues of the last series, um, Spider-Man Life Story, and I would say what Taboo's writing right now, that whole Deadly Neighborhood thing is whole. It's a journey, man, and it kind of sings to the heart. So Miles Morales, I guess, is just another one of those things that I've been able to appreciate because I've only been circling back to reading it and really appreciating how it's writ, the rhythm of it, uh, the differences between he and Peter, and if you're also reading Double Trouble, there's even times when you get slaps in Double Trouble that carry over to both series of the Amazing Spider-Man and Miles Morales, which to me I've been able to piece together. I've been enjoying. So Miles Morales, issue number 3, I'm so looking forward to. I don't normally do this, but I am not going to log it in. I will, once I get it from home from the shop, I will pull out of that bag and I will read it right there. So that's why Miles Morales issue number 3 is my Blue Light Special. And that's it for me, Entropy. I appreciate you all, and you take care. Stay well, all.